So again, one of the first ways we can build and strengthen our community is to embrace intersectionality. I think one of the second ways we can build and strengthen our community is with less of a focus on being the least X, Y, or Z. Whether that means being the least racist, the least sexist, the least anti-Semitic, the least homophobic, and more of a focus on stopping racism, anti-Semitism, on stopping sexism, on stopping homophobia. We cannot build a community, let alone strengthen a community, if folks in the room are still a danger to who I am. Because to be frank, you being the least racist or the least sexist person in the room does not really make me feel comfortable. I mean, I assume we watch the news. And just this week, the President of the United States, during a press conference to the press, the entire world, said on CNN and other outlets, that he's like, I'm the least racist person. I'm the least anti-Semitic. I know that didn't make me feel comfortable as a person of color. And I doubt the reporter asking the question, it made him feel comfortable about our president's response to attacks on Jewish centers across the country. We have to take this focus of being the least off of and so on and so forth, because guess what? Racism is real, ladies and gentlemen. Sexism is real. White supremacy is real. One could argue, we have put white supremacy in the White House with Steve Bannon. One could argue. So we cannot build an effective community, let alone work to strengthen our community, if we're not willing to have these frank conversations. If we're not willing to attack racism when we see it. If we're not willing to attack anti-Semitism when we see it. If we're not willing to stand up for what we know is right. If we're not willing to engage in a dialogue and have what I'd like to call teachable moments, when someone offers a ill-informed or ignorant comment. We cannot build community that way. So we need to have less of a focus on being the least and more of a focus on stopping racism, anti-Semitism, sexism, homophobia. 3, I think the third key to building and strengthening our communities is embracing our voices and perspectives. For those folks that say we need to abandon identity politics, for those people that say we can't build community around the women's movement, if you will, if Black women and Latina women are always trying to highlight their plight, I would venture to say that we need to embrace the diversity of our perspectives and our voices. If parts of the community are not comfortable with whom they are, if parts of the community are not owning who they are, who are we as a community?